What is up, YouTube? I'm Mr. Bradley here from the Heat Waves podcast, here with my good co-host and buddy, T-Ball.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here, bringing you some more week picks.
Week 12, baby.
Might be a little more or less interesting than the last couple, in my opinion.
Yeah. But first, let's go over those last week picks and the standings between me and you. You were out 3 games, of course, ahead of me at 84 and 48. I was 81 and 51. This week, you had your best week.
Oh, really?
12 and 2.
Woo!
The only 2 games you had wrong was the Eagles beating the Pats and the Panthers losing to the Falcons.
And I thought the Eagles were going to lose, or they going to beat the Pats
They
there
should
for a
have.
minute.
They should have. And the Panthers just flopped. But hey, here's where we're at. You're at 12 and 2 last week. I was 9 and 5. I was still above 500 by 4 games, but not my best week. So now you are sitting at 96 and 50. Ooh. 4 games away from 100. I am at 90 and 56. So I'm
6-game lead,
6
baby.
games, bro. 6 games. But that all could change this week.
The first game we got for you guys is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Both top 10 offenses in this one.
Nice.
Not good defenses.
No.
You do have a number 3 passing versus the number 4 passing team. With these 2 teams going at it, it being Atlanta, I think with Atlanta, having a 5 consecutive, wins versus the Bucs, it's just heavily in the favor of the Atlanta Falcons on this. I think and you were right, the Falcons balled the other week.
Yeah. Beat the Saints.
I think they're going to roll in, and I think they're coming in rolling in hot on that last one, so they're going to beat the Bucs on this one.
I think you're kind of right. You're onto something because Julio Jones has averaged 121 yards per game against the Bucs in 14 career matchups, man.
Wow.
That is most receptions yards per game by any player versus any single opponent since in the Super Bowl era, bro. Yeah, these defenses are terrible. The Bucs are just not impressive to me. Their defense has been terrible. The Falcons have come out the last couple of weeks and had amazing performances, beating some good teams, the Saints, and putting up that big old whooping on the fucking Panthers last week. I got to go with you.
Yeah.
So Atlanta Falcons for me too, man. That is just, I don't think the Bucs are any better than Jameis Winston throwing to Mike Evans.
That's true.
What else? Because that's all we've been talking about.
I mean, and Jameis Winston at times is wishy-washy. It's just not good for him. You can expect Matt Ryan to come out and give you a pretty good game, but with the defense not holding up, so I say the Atlanta Falcons take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jameis Winston leads the league in giveaways with 22 this year. He's had multiple games with 2 or more interceptions. Doesn't look good for him, but let's move on to the next game. Next game is the Denver Broncos at 3-7 going into Buffalo, who are 7-3.
Yeah, I think the Buffalo Bills got this wrapped up. Last time they played was September 24, 2017, where the Buffalo Bills beat them 26-16, and the Bills have actually won the last, not the last, but 2 of the last 3 matchups that these two teams have gone against each other. So,
nice.
I think when it comes to sports, repetitiveness is a factor, especially when it comes to wins. Buffalo Bills coming in at 7-3, man. I mean, they're just a tough team to beat this year. Not a lot of people giving them credit. They still got a great defense. Their offense is top 20. I mean, their rushing is number 8, so they're not shabby. And I think with them being at home, they beat the Broncos no problem. No problem. Well, if you don't remember last week, the Broncos pretty much had that game won against the Vikings. Shut them out 20-0. Defense was looking fire. Offense was looking good with, I don't even remember the kid that was in there. Some guy, whatever guy I never even heard of. He's only had a few starts now. If they can hang with the Vikings, I don't see why they couldn't hang with the Bills, in which the Bills, like you said, top 20 defense. Vikings are top 10 defense. But you got to understand, the Broncos aren't even in that top 20 as far as offense goes. So, the Bills got a better offense. They got a better defense. It's just statistically the Bills are.
What's defense for Broncos?
The Broncos' defense is 4th.
Ooh, see,
so,
this is going to be
just right behind them, but still, it's not. I don't see in my eyes it being any better than the Buffalo Bills' defense.
That's pretty close to both in the top 10.
I mean, on paper, yeah, but in game, as far as defense goes, I think the Buffalo Bills are much better at defense than the Broncos are.
And offensively, I think offensively they're better, but I just have this weird feeling this week that the Broncos are going to finally get one. They keep losing that last.
It's just weird to
possession.
have a number ranked 4 defense and you're 3-7. Defense wins
Absolutely.
football games, so you literally have no production from your offense, who was like ranked 25th.
That's
I mean,
what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
last, so you're obviously scoring points. What the fuck's the deal? So
Right, there's 7 teams better, worse than you. So
right. So next game that we're gonna have for you guys is gonna be the New York Giants going into the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears improving to 4-6. New York sitting at 2-8. History shows that New York usually puts a whooping on Chicago.
really,
Yeah, the last 3 games that these teams have played against each other, New York's taken all of them.
with
The
Eli.
Bears, the Bears' offense is horrible, but their defense is good. New York's not good on either side of the ball. I think the Bears take this one just purely on defense. They just stop the New York Giants completely as far as their offense goes. Saquon's going to be New York's only hope here. Give me the Bears.
dude, you just keep picking the Bears every week.
I don't want to, bro, but
I think I actually picked them last week to win.
their
but,
schedule's not the best either, so I don't know why they're not winning football games.
Well, they've played some tough games, but look, they've only scored 14 points per game since week 8, third fewest in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's explaining your point. Look, Trubisky and them are garbage this year. I heard people on ESPN talking about, one guy said you should cut your ties with Trubisky this year and move on from him. He was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Like, after you're just going to give up after a couple of years, like, it's not solely on him. And I don't care if they struggle or not. I'd rather them struggle, obviously, being a Packers fan in the division. But I'm not going to be biased here. Man, they have a superb defense. Like I said, if it weren't for those defense, or that defense this year, they wouldn't be 4-6. They'd be like 2-8,
Yeah.
1-9.
They'd be horrible. They'd be
I'm-
about as good as the Dolphins.
I'm going with the Giants this week. They're on a bye last week, coming off a bye, so Saquon's fresh to get out there and just munch, and I think he will. The defense has got to break down at some point, and we're getting farther and farther in
we
the
are
year.
farther in the year.
So, I mean, anything can happen at this point. And like I said, the Bears should have been gotten beat the last 2 weeks straight. They've skated by some teams
By their
just
teeth.
by a field goal or the last possession of the game. And I just think the Giants have some crazy thing up their sleeves. Daniel Jones has got another week to prepare. I like the Giants here, especially, like I said, 14 points per game since week 8, and that's 4 weeks ago now. That's not looking good. Their offense is looking terrible, and the Giants aren't that bad of a team if they could just be healthy. Giants for me. All right, the next game, Steelers at the Bengals. Fucking Bengals, 0-10, man.
Are the Bengals going to win a game this year?
I thought the Dolphins were the worst team
It's
in
like,
the
when's
league.
the last time a team went 0-10?
The Dolphins.
I mean, yeah, but how long ago was that?
Just 2-3 years ago or whatever. But
Man.
the Bengals, man, I've never seen them this bad. But who you got?
Not this bad.
I'll let you run at it first. Or
I mean, dude, you got a
Steelers
way
are
better
hot.
defense than the Steelers. Their offense is improving.
Tremendously every week.
I think if their rushing game was a little better, I think the Steelers would have a little bit of this on lockdown.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, it's a divisional game, so it might be interesting.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati's at home. Steelers, I'd imagine, aren't the best on the road this year. But Steelers have a history of beating this team, so give me the Steelers.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
It's hard to rely on a team that hasn't won a ball game yet, and I don't see their first one coming against the Steelers, especially not a divisional game.
And with a backup quarterback, that
Right.
Finley kid or whatever the fuck his name is, the Bengals have not defeated the Steelers since week 8 of 2015.
It's been that long.
9 consecutive games, which that's insane to me. They haven't beat them in 4 fucking years. And I don't see it changing this week with their horrid. What's their offensive ranked? 32nd?
Their offensive rank is actually 27th.
What?
They're number 32nd in defense.
That I understand that, but the offense, how the fuck is the offense ranked that high? Joe Mixon's doing everything? Because AJ Green ain't doing nothing.
AJ Green needs to go to a different team,
Yes,
bro. You
but
need to go somewhere,
he won't.
anywhere else.
He won't.
Get out of that division at least.
He won't. You know why? They keep paying him to be the franchise player.
Fuck all that.
So, next game.
This is going to be my lame of the week. Dolphins coming into the Browns. This is going to be basically a cesspool of bullshit happening that no one's going to watch. Dolphins 2-8, Browns 4-6. I couldn't even really tell you who you got, Mr. Bradley, on this one.
Are you kidding me? I got the Browns. Browns have won 2 straight. This has got to be 3 right here because the Bills put a whooping on the Dolphins last week.
Okay, then I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Oh, really? Why are you going
Who
to do
knows
that?
who's going to win this one? The Browns suck. They're getting lucky every time they do win. I'm just going to go with the other side.
You honestly
Let's
think,
watch the Dolphins walk into Cleveland and beat their ass.
you think Dolphins offense with Fitzpatrick at quarterback is better than the Browns' whole offense?
Well, Nick Chubb is beasting. He's got 75-plus scrimmage yards in his last 10 straight games. So, I mean,
You're crazy.
whatever, but give me the Dolphins. Anything can happen.
Fuck that. No, it cannot. Not with that team. They're horrible. Hey, with Myles Jarrett out after that crazy ejection last week from his ridiculous, uncalled for antics on the field of smashing Rudolph with
Oh,
his
my
helmet.
God, dude. What the fuck was he thinking?
I don't know what the fuck. He said just today or yesterday that he called him a racial slur. And that's what I initially thought. I was like, what could possess a man to be that mad to rip someone's helmet off after he cheap shotted Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
And him to cheap shot him, he had to have said something in that manner to get him that heat in that exchange for him to rip his helmet off and hit him with it.
Right.
And he would have kept hitting him if his offensive lines had come over there and then start kicking him. on the
Dude, they
ground.
was jumping that motherfucker, dog.
never
that
seen
dude
some
came in
shit.
throwing hooks. Bah, bah. I was like, dumbass, he has a helmet on.
Never seen some shit ever in my life. I know he was just sticking him, but he had a helmet on. I'm like, what are you? But that was crazy. So maybe the Dolphins do have a chance after all, since
They're
Myles
all-
Garrett is out.
They're all flustered and shit.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
All right, next game, Panthers at Saints. Man, this is division game. The Panthers have been just getting their asses kicked the last 3 weeks. Saints have won 3 of the last 4 games against the Panthers. But T-Ball, who do you have?
I'm going with the Saints. They're at home. They're probably top 5 in the NFL right now. I mean, with the last couple games, Drew Brees, I think the last couple games where I've picked the actual Saints, they haven't won. And
Or
I feel like
underperformed.
if I pick them this week, that they're not going to beat the Panthers. And I'm like, how did you not beat the fucking Panthers?
Division.
I mean,
Division games are always good.
but statistically, like offensive, defensively, the Saints are way better in both categories. So 8-2 versus 5-5, and a road team that's 5-5, and a team that's been struggling with quarterback. Literally, all they have is McCaffrey.
Right.
So give me the Saints.
Listen to this stat. I don't know how someone figured this out. This is interesting. Drew Brees is 1-5 in his last 6 games versus a team that has lost by 25 points in the previous game. Carolina lost last week by 26. What kind of stat is that? And how do you get to be 1-5? That's crazy stat. 1-5. So the Panthers may get this one. Christian
Right.
McCaffrey may have the greatest game of his life, but who'd you have? You picked the Saints?
I got the Saints.
Okay, I was just making sure you're picking the safe pick. They're at home.
Yeah, that's safe. Safe as you could be right now.
Yeah, Kyle Allen started out 4-0 this season. He is 1-3. They are not scoring points. They were 31 points per game in those first 4 games. Now they're at 15, dropped half that. He's thrown 3 touchdowns to 9 interceptions in the last 9 interceptions in 4 games.
Horrible.
I don't think he has a chance against the Saints defense. Give me the Saints too, man. The
That's
Saints are just
terrible.
powerful. Yeah, it's terrible.
So next game we got for you guys is the Oakland Raiders going into the New York Jets' #1 rush defense. Yes, I
Ooh.
heard that the New York Jets, who are 3-7, have the #1 rush defense
First Josh Jacobs.
against a running team,
Right.
an AFC team that likes to run the ball. I'm gonna throw this one over to you, Mr. Bradley. Who you got in this?
Well, this is kind of a tough pick because the Jets are at home. #1 rush defense. Don't have a rush offense, really, with Le'Veon Bell this year. I don't know what's up. Just a worse offensive line. And the Raiders coming in and barely squeaking by the Bengals last week, 10-17, in which I thought they might actually have lost that game and gave the first win to the Bengals last week. It's just crazy. But I like the freaking Raiders this year. I really wish Antonio Brown, I'm going to keep praising this, would have worked out for them, man. You know how great this offense could have been because of that? Would have opened up everyone else with Josh Jacobs, Darren Fowler, that new rookie tight end or second-year tight end that's just killing.
I mean, their offense is already ranked number 11th right now.
Yeah,
so,
see?
I mean, you add him to that mix, yeah, you got a
Top
pretty
5.
stellar. But check this out. Defensively, they're only ranked 20th.
That's still good. I like a top 20 defense. I'd rather have a top 20 defense.
I mean, going against the granted New York Jets, who's like 31st, 32nd. I mean, they're last.
I'm going to take the Raiders, though. I like Derek Carr this year. He's looking a lot better than he's ever looked. I never thought he was great. Thought he was a pretty good, accurate quarterback. I don't think the Jets have offensive firepower to keep up with the Raiders. It's going to be tough because Jets always good on defense. And they're
Okay,
at home.
correction. Yeah, so the Jets are ranked 13th in defense. They're number 1 in rushing defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a team that's 13th versus a team that's ranked 20th, but the Oakland Raiders' firepower on offense. I mean, we're not getting anything out of Le'Veon. He's not doing anything.
I don't know the receivers except for Robbie Anderson.
The quarterback that they got going on there, and
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold is just not good. The Jets haven't had a good quarterback in such a long time. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. I don't know why they never go after a good
nobody
one.
to throw to. They just don't have anybody on offense, and it's just hard to pick a team even that's at home. Yeah, I'm going with Oakland in this one.
You got the Raiders too, huh?
Yep.
I can't even come back on you. Just keep reading my mind, you son of a beach. Next game, Lions at Redskins. Redskins are horrible this year too.
Yeah.
1-9. And the Lions have lost their last 6 of 7. T-ball. Have fun with that one.
I'm going to go Redskins. They're at home. They suck in offense. They suck in defense. Their passing sucks. Their rushing sucks. Only thing the Lions have going for them is their offense, their passing offense. Their rushing's okay, but they're a pass offense. Matthew Stafford is capable of throwing 52 passes.
But he hasn't been playing.
That's true.
He's
Who they got?
Drixel.
They got the running back. Who?
Drixel is their quarterback.
That's Drixel. Okay, so that brings a good point now. Why I'm going to go with the Redskins. Then you just gave me my reason why. Because honestly, I didn't know in this game. This is a fucking horrible game.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
You're going to go with the Lions? I'm going to go with the Redskins.
I'm going the opposite way because the Redskins got whooped by the Jets. The Jets put up
the Lions,
34.
if the Lions are only relying on their pass game to win them ball games, and
Yeah,
they don't
they
have a
got-
pass game no more,
I got Galladay over there.
just because you got a receiver doesn't mean you got a
True.
good quarterback.
True, but I got the Lions, man. I got to pick them. The Redskins are horrible.
Redskins do suck, but
Horrible.
I'm going to take them this week.
Watch
One of my
them
fluke
fucking
ones.
win.
Yeah.
Just because. To put you farther out ahead, you son of a bitch. I hate you.
Next game we got for you guys is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 4-6, going into the Tennessee Titans, who are 5-5. Jags been kind of looking pretty good here lately. Titans just kind of wishy-washy. This was a tough one. Everybody keeps forgetting about Fournette over there. He's still a beast. They're still top 15 in
Absolutely.
rushing. The Jags are. They're kind of just skimming by the skin of their teeth right now and trying to keep it alive. I don't know if they can actually do it, but I feel like with this win against the Titans, they should put them in the right direction.
So you're going with the
I'm
Jags?
taking the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road this week.
I had already wrote mine down just so you
For
wouldn't-
real?
Just so you wouldn't think. But I have the Jags too because look, Ryan Tannehill isn't gonna keep winning you games for the Titans. Come on,
He
guys.
couldn't do it in Miami.
Right.
So I thought with having this new offense, he might do something different, but he's still looking like unreliable. And maybe just because they don't have the chemistry there yet, maybe next year they keep him around. Some things might be different, but yeah, you can't put faith in him anywhere.
Now, Leonard Fournette's been struggling.
Unless he's on the Patriots.
Averaging 46 yards per game these last 3 games. First 7 games of this season, 100 yards per game. And that, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they got some offensive lineman hurt or whatever. I don't think the Titans can keep rolling with Tannehill and getting it done. I like Nick Foles. That's 9-2 in November games since 2017. So give me the Jags as well.
For sure.
Official. It is the Cowboys and Patriots. Of course, it's in Foxborough, so good luck, Cowboys. I'm going to go first. I like the Cowboys here. Ezekiel Elliott is silently killing this year. I don't think people really have talked enough about them. They put up 35 on the Lions defense. The Lions actually have a pretty decent defense this year, but the Patriots just can't keep winning. This is where we see the true colors of the Patriots these next 3 weeks, right? Because they're going to play the Cowboys. They're going to play the Chiefs. They're going to play some 3 or 4 good games. And I don't think they can. I do not like the Cowboys. That's all they talk about. America's team. Ain't been America's team in 20 fucking years. But I think they got enough offensive power to take down that number 1 total defense. If the Ravens, I think their offense is second to the Ravens' offense this year because of just Lamar Jackson. And Dak Prescott just threw for 400 yards last week. Man, I got the Cowboys in this one. I'm the Patriots at home.
Unfortunately,
big upset.
Unfortunately, I have the Cowboys too, Mr. Bradley. Got the number 1 offense with a number 7 defense. I mean,
right, their defense is good.
You stop the short pass, it's over with. They're going to run the ball with Sony Michel, get 3 or 4 yards, and they're going to throw the ball to Julian Edelman across the middle.
Tell them.
And then once they're like, okay, we're going to start playing Julian Edelman, they look for a little corner post route or some shit like that to a tight end who just jumps up and grabs it over the dude. I think the Cowboys can stop that. They have a great defense, great offense. They're another one of those teams where their record does not reflect how good they are this year. And I think they're starting to get on a roll. And I think they do if they can limit the penalties or try to limit the penalties in Foxborough there. They could win this ball game. And I'm going with the Cowboys as a big upset in this. This is going to be the game of the week right here, in my opinion.
You think this is the game of the week? That's crazy.
Everybody wants to see the Patriots go down.
Well, yeah, they want to see the Patriots go down for Patriots fans.
I mean, this next game is going to be great, but Cowboys and Patriots is going to be a good-ass game.
Okay, well, we both got the Cowboys. I'm praying for the Cowboys to just steamroll them, run all over them, but it's going to be hard to win in Foxborough. They got the refs, and that ain't easy.
The next game
Sunday
is going to be the Green Bay Packers, who are at 8-2. Against the San Francisco 49ers, who are 9-1.
Number 1 and number 2.
NFC game of the week here. I mean, last time these two teams played, it was a 3-point ball game. Packers came out on top. That was back in last year, actually, back in October. Man, this is going to be a good game. I wanted to give this the game of the week, but that Cowboys and Patriots game, because Cowboys going on the road. I mean, Cowboys... That number 1 total offense versus number 1 total defense can be good. But this Packers and 49ers game is going to be spectacular.
Putting all the pressure on Big Daddy. Okay. You know I'm picking the Packers. I'm wearing the gear, bruh. Come on. This is the game of the week. They flexed it to Sunday Night Football because they knew it was going to get all the ratings. This is 2 totally different teams than last year. Last year, Aaron Rodgers was hurt. Didn't have a defense. We barely beat and they were horrible last year at this point in time.
Yeah. And you were trying to say because they didn't have Jimmy G.
Absolutely. Now look what they got. They got Jimmy G.
They got a defense is what they
got. They got a damn good defense. And this is what's scary because the last time Aaron Rodgers played in L.A. or California, I should say, California, we got murked by the fucking Chargers this year.
Yeah.
And now he's going back there, playing that ridiculous defense that is far more superior than the Chargers defense in my eyes. But I think it's going to come down to offensive power and run game. And then Aaron Rodgers will do his thing. And
Did you know this is going to be his first game against a 9-1 team?
Ever.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
But I have faith in A-Rod. He's going to get it done. Like I said, this run game's going to get going. And then they're just going to light him up. Rodgers going to do his thing, and they're going to win this game. In my opinion, this is going to be a great game, though. This is going to be a shootout. So get ready for this game, Sunday Night Football, people, because it's going to be great.
It might be. Maybe not for us, because I've got the San Francisco 49ers beating the Green Bay Packers,
finally,
unfortunately, in this game. The San Francisco 49ers are 9-1. It's the first time that's happened in a long time. They've got the number 5 offense and the number 2 defense, and they're number 2 in rushing. The Green Bay Packers cannot stop a fucking rush if they told them it was a rush and what hole it was going to.
Which gap?
They blitz the gap. They would still somehow manage to get a first down.
They're
not going to be able to stop the run. 49ers, unfortunately, I think, are going to beat the Green Bay Packers in this one.
I don't think so. Aaron Jones, 15 total touchdowns this year. I told you he's a running beast. They're going to run it down their throats. They have to at first soften that defense. But tell me this. Who has a better arm? Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it Jimmy G?
Aaron Rodgers.
This year, right now,
Aaron Rodgers.
then there's no way they lose this game. Because if I have to put the last play or last possession on him to win the game, I'm betting it over Jimmy G, and I'm betting this run game over that defense. Defense is going to crumble sometime. You can't be good all year.
As long as he doesn't, I mean, as long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw the ball at Jimmy Graham, yeah, they might win the ball. They might win the ball game.
Absolutely, man. Motherfucker drops there. Hey, he played pretty good last week in that win against the Panthers, or the
That's
week
true.
before that. But Seahawks playing at Philly. Seahawks they're the only team to beat the 49ers. T-Ball, who you got?
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Okay.
Seahawks are fucking on fire. I don't know. Number 4 offense. Their defense isn't that great, but Eagles' offensive sucks as well. It's kind of an offense versus defense type game. But the Eagles just sitting at 5-5 against a Seahawks team that's 8-2, who's played some pretty decent teams this year. The Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Man, the Eagles have been a letdown. They've had some close games. They should have beat the Patriots last week, man. For the second time.
I thought they were.
Yeah, they should have won that game. Seahawks, I didn't think they were this good. I don't think their defense is that great, but maybe the addition to Clowney over there has really sparked their defense to go over there and get after it. But in my eyes, they really haven't played anybody with a spectacular offense, and when they have, they've lost. And the Eagles have a good offense if they can just get it going. I'm almost leaning on the Seahawks side, but I'm thinking, man, you're in Philly. They could have beat, the Patriots.
It's a tough place to win a ball game.
I don't know if the Seahawks could beat the Patriots this year, but the Eagles should have. Man, it's tough. But I'm just gonna go the other way with the Eagles anyway. Pick opposite of you.
Okay.
And they're at home. That's really all I got on that. But Russell Wilson's playing phenomenal. I
just have no faith in Wentz anymore.
He's either really good or really shitty, like every other game, and it just doesn't add up. You know what I mean? But hey, Monday Night Football.
It's literally been every other game.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, T-Ball.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, baby. Baltimore Ravens, 8-2, MVP candidate over there, Lamar Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Versus the Los Angeles Rams, who have improved to 6-4.
They're
tough game for me.
Sweeping by.
I think with the fact that the Rams are still pretty good on defense and pretty good on offense, I think they're having some communication problems. I'm not sure. The Ravens do not have that issue this year. The Ravens have a chance to win the AFC Championship this year.
Absolutely. I think they're the best AFC team there is.
The Patriots are...
They beat the Patriots.
Still. They're going to rank the Patriots over Baltimore statistically. On paper, the Patriots are better. But Baltimore does have a chance to take the chip if they can. They'll probably have to beat the Patriots one more time. But I think they beat the Rams on the road in this game. It'll be purely on Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to win this game for them. Great offenses versus great defenses, but that number 2 offense in the Baltimore Ravens is definitely going to be what puts that much more distance between these two teams, and this is where the Baltimore Ravens come in and clean up against this Rams team.
Yeah, Ravens are way too tough for the Rams. Rams have been, like I said, they've beat some okay teams this year. They surprised me last week, but still, it's just like when you lose to the Bucs, like I said, let them put up 55. You're suspect to me all year long, and the Ravens are just looking phenomenal, averaging 210 rushing yards per game. Fucking kidding me? How do you stop that? You don't know if Lamar's going to pass or if he's going to run on you. He will be the MVP this year, I guarantee it, and they will beat the Patriots again. I think they have a way better offense, way better than the Patriots, and their defense is just phenomenal. They shut down Tom Brady. He didn't even have a touchdown, I don't think, in that game, or maybe he did throw one. But Lamar Jackson's 14-3 in his 17 career starts. Second best win percentage since 1950, T-Ball.
Wow.
Dude's balling. Nobody's done some shit like that. And Todd Gurley's just sucking. He has had fewer than 100 yards rushing in 9 games this year. I don't think they have enough to beat them. Yeah, they're going to be at home, but really, Baltimore travels well, and they're just out of control good this year. So I'm surprised they dropped that game to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they should
looking back at it now.
Yeah, should be 9-1. Vikings are on a bye, 8-3. Chargers are on a bye. Cardinals are on a bye, and the Chiefs Got that win last week, put them at 7-4 back at the top of the list of the AFC over there. And then they come back and play Oakland next week. So that should be exciting. And when the Vikings come back, they play Seahawks. So it's
That's good news for us,
kind of.
If we beat the 49ers.
Right, we have to beat them to stay ahead. So, hey, that's our Week 12 picks. T-Ball, you're out 6 games ahead of me, son.
It's going to stay that way. Guys, we appreciate all the likes, subscribes. Don't forget to leave any comments if you liked our picks, if you didn't like our picks. Stay tuned as always. I'm your boy T-Ball.
And I'm Mr. Bradley. Thank you guys so much, man. We appreciate everything. This is the Heat Waves Podcast, and we out.